I'm going to show you something simple, but remind you that there are an infinite number of variations on this theme. It begins with just a background layer and some text. Our text is Chaparral Pro, and in Photoshop, I have the same thing, a Vector Smart Object with the text and a background layer. So back to Illustrator on this experiment layer. I've been experimenting for a while, playing with different things, and I just think showing you something simple to start with might work. So I'm just going to click out here and make a rectangle 25 by 900. My artboard's 900 pixels high. We'll go OK. Open up the transform panel. You've got transform up here. We've already talked about that. And just say 25 and 0 to position that. Double click on our black arrow, our selection tool, and we'll make a copy. We'll say maybe 35 and make a copy, just moving this over 35 pixels and then Command D all the way across. Now again, the dimensions I used are arbitrary. I've tried all kinds of different stuff. These don't have to be rectangles. These could be anything. If you think about it, you could really do a lot of different things with this. These could be lines. You could roughen this up. You could do a lot of things. I'm going to select all these, and then I'm going to turn them orange. Go ahead, double click, and paste in the color I want, and say OK, and copy these. Then move over to Photoshop. Now we could continue working in Illustrator, but I just want to show you something that you can use. It's not only for text. You've got a lot of uses for something called a clipping mask. Let's go ahead and Command V, say OK. And it's actually, because we're working here, and I'm going to hit return to accept that. It's okay not to use a clipping mask because we got the same color as our background. But just so you know, you can right click and say create clipping mask. You can, what's it under? Layer, there's a shortcut here. Clipping mask, create clipping mask, Option Command G. I can't remember that. I just always hold down the Option key and click between the layers. And that's how I've always done it. There's 3 different ways for you to create a clipping mask. And if we hide this, you're going to see that, oh, if it's not a clipping mask, then I'm going to undo that. So you can see then it's a bunch of stripes on top of those letters. But if it is a clipping mask, well, all of a sudden, it has been clipped inside what's below it. So that's the benefit of a clipping mask. And if you think, I've got a photograph, I've got a shape, I can put my picture inside that shape, very easily done. Lots of variations on this theme for you to play with. So let's get back, let's turn this on. And then, yeah, vertical stripes. Does that look good? I don't know, Command T. This is vector. This is the cool thing about how we brought this in. We can turn this. Oh no, it's not big enough. Well, it's vector, it's math, we can scale it. And instead of just moving one side, why not hold down Option, move them both at once? And you can stretch this out. You can do a lot of different things here, playing around with variations and thinking about how this could work for you and what else you might work this little strategy into. Hit return to accept it. And then I told you t-shirts have to be black and white. Now is this great? No, it's not great. It's not anything we would probably use. I'll move this down a little bit. See how you can just move this and position it how you want. You got to click inside the letters so you can move that around. And then I want to use it on a t-shirt. Well, it's got to be black and white. How are we going to do? Click on a threshold adjustment layer. Move this guy over. Close that. We have black and white artwork for our silk screener. And, we can always inverse this. Command I. Oop. Excuse me. I was on the mask. Let's get on this layer. Command O. We'll make an everything layer. And now, Command I will allow us to reverse that out to get black on white or our white on black. It wouldn't be a Scotchgo video if I didn't make some blunder, right? Okay, this is one of, I'm telling you, there's an infinite number of possibilities to jump off from right here to adjust your text or imagery with Clipping Master. You're going to love working with Clipping Master when you get that under your belt. And some of you might be saying, hey, there's Clipping Master in Illustrator. What if I figured out a way to do that in Illustrator too? Well, there you go. More power to you. I'm going to leave you with just one short video today so you have time to work. Have fun.